Right guys, Mgtow here. Haven't made a video in a while, but I thought of something very interesting to talk about. And this is talked about quite commonly amongst Mgtow, but I hope you stay for my approach because this is going to get in depth and I haven't seen it being talked about from this particular angle before. So at the start we're just going to go into statistics. I'm going to talk about the highest countries of single mothers in the world. I'm sure you can guess what number one is. That's right, number one. As I'm sure you've guessed, unfortunately, the United States of America. America has the highest rate of single mothers in the world. It's no big surprise really, especially whenever you consider the amount of Mgtow men in the States, right? I think America has like the highest amount of Mgtow, and it's where the Mgtow movement started. You know, unfortunately it had to start over there because they've had the highest rate of single mothers. That means that they've had the highest amount of feminist, man-hating, self-entitled women in the planet. If you want to find a bad woman, you should go to America. Although it's not all sunshine and rainbows for the country I'm in either. Ireland has the second highest rate of single mothers with 24.3% of children being parented by single mothers. The United States was 25.8%, Ireland is 24.3%, New Zealand is number 3 with 23.7%, Canada is number 4 with 22.1%, and the United Kingdom is number 5 with 21.5%. So obviously the trend here is English speaking countries seem to cater to single mothers, and in particular in Ireland and the United Kingdom, single mothers get paid a lot of child support benefits, not just from the fathers but also from the government, from the taxpayer, you know. Even Mgtow over here, like I'm Mgtow, but my taxes go towards single mothers. It sickens me, but that's how it works over here, you know. They get the free food for their children from my taxes, and I guess that's not too bad. Their children also get like I think £100 a week whenever they're studying at school. And the children get all sorts of benefits, and they get all sorts of benefits. It's so bad, in fact, that there's a woman in the England, I think, who had about 11 children, and there's a news article on her, you can look her up. She has children just for the sake of making more money, and she admitted to this, guys. She admitted to this, you know. She said, I only have kids so I can make more money. I can't remember the bitch's name, but recently she went on a holiday to Spain, paid for all by the taxpayers' money and child support, basically, without her having to work a single day in her life. So I will watch out if you're from them two countries in particular, just because I know the child benefits are a bastard to pay. Obviously I'd worry about the States as well. I think men end up paying the most in child support benefits over there. The courts really fucked them in the ass. And that's why it's got the highest rate of single mothers in the world, America. Very unfortunate choice of woman in these countries, guys. New Zealand, 23.7%. I can't really say much about New Zealand. I just know it's beside Australia. I almost said Australia there. And I know Australia is quite a feminist country. I think New Zealand would be too. So it's not too surprising, guys. All I can guess is that men over there have to pay a fuck ton of child support too to single mothers. And really it's the governments, guys, that are encouraging single motherhood, because they're making men and taxpayers pay so much for these bitches to father their children. And it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, but it's just how it is. Canada was number 4, which is quite low on the list whenever you consider how liberal Canada are, you know. You would have thought they might have been higher, because they're a very feminist country. They're all about giving women power, and they're all about controlling and dominating their men. But yes, Canada was only number 4 on the list, quite low in comparison to the rest. But now I want to talk about the problems of single mothers, not just for the fathers who they divorce, because the problems there are quite widely known, but for the children themselves. So here's when my statistics run out, and here's my personal experience as a man living in the world come in. So as a man, I've went around, I've talked to a lot of people, I've gotten out, I've lived, I've had conversations with a lot of people, and what I've realised is a lot of blue pill men, in particular the bluest of the blue pill men, these men are guys who ask their wives for permission or their girlfriends for permission. Like one of my friends used to always ask his girlfriend for permission to go out with me. You know, he'd say, I have to ask my girlfriend if I'm allowed to see you. And do you know why he was like this? I'll tell you guys why. Because in his childhood, he was raised by a single mother. And that single mother controlled him, dominated him, and forced him to live not a life he wanted to, but a life she wanted him to live. The common characteristic here, folks, is for blue pill men who look up to women as goddesses and allow women to control their lives. You know what type I'm talking about, very blue pill men. The common characteristic is they have single mothers parent them, and them single mothers control them as young boys, dominate them, and force them to live certain lives that the single mother wants them to live. It could be something as subtle as forcing your child to revise to get good grades, forbidding your child from going out, making your child go to bed at 8 p.m. or whatever. The problem is, with these women controlling these young men's lives, it makes these young men, whenever they become adults, want to seek out dominant, controlling women just like their mothers, so that they can sort of relive that whole experience again, because they think women should be dominant and controlling because that's how their mothers were, and that's where they learnt women from, right? We all learn women from our mothers. So if you have good mothers, you'll probably have a better sort of expectation of women, but if you have a bad mother, you'll probably have a bad expectation of women, or even then you might think that a bad woman is a good woman, which is the case for a lot of these blue pill beta males, right? And the mother doesn't even have to be a single mother, she just has to be a dominant, controlling mother who owns that kid's life, and then that kid will be more likely to try and seek out dominant, controlling women to date. And that leads to a very destructive combination, because these women will abuse the men, they'll treat them like shit. You know, I've seen these women cheat on their friends, or sorry, my friends. I've seen these women cheat on my friends, my very blue pill friends. And then my blue pill friends, one of them, and I might make another video on this, I don't want to name him, but one of my blue pill friends nearly killed himself over a girl for cheating on him, because he thought that made him pathetic, and he's the really blue pill one who was raised by a single mum. It's fucking... It makes me angry. But the root of the problem is, and this is the case in 90% of cases, if you're raised by a dominant, controlling woman, you're more likely to seek out a feminist whenever you get older, you know, a woman who will cuckold you pretty much. You'll be attracted to that type of woman, and once you're attracted to a dominant feminist as a man, you're fucked. There's no amount of red pills you can give that man. It'll just be in his nature. He'll just seek out a dominant, controlling woman, and unfortunately, unless he watches a lot of Mgtow and does his due diligence and tries very hard to overcome his instincts, that's the only way he can break free. But by his nature, he is programmed into being submissive to women because his mum raised him in such a bad way and controlled him. And as a result, that leads to fucking him up for his entire life, all because of dominant, controlling single mothers, and not learning how to be men from their fathers because their fathers were banned from seeing them because of child support and other things. Anyways, guys, I have no more time to make a video now. I've got to go do some other stuff, but I nailed that in one take, hopefully. Haven't edited it, so I might have paused here and now, but hopefully I'll get better at this YouTube. I don't know. Like, comment, subscribe please, and share me your thoughts. I appreciate reading the comments. I tried to respond to some comments in my last video, but it wouldn't let me. I think I have to update my Google account. I'm not really good at technology too much, so it's a pain for me, but I'll get it done one of these days. Anyways, guys, I appreciate the support. Thanks, Mgtow brothers. I'm out.